First of all, good morning everyone. Myself Madhura Zagre. Today I will give a presentation on most important topic, that is the JDBC API. According to their name, that is what is JDBC, what is API? API, it stands for Application Programming Interface. It allows you to develop the different kinds of application. That means API consists different classes, different methods, different interfaces which are required to develop any kind of the application. Okay, so what is meant by the JDBC? JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. It allows you to connect front end along with the back end. Okay, so before starting our session, I will provide some information because this is totally theoretical session. It gives the idea about how to connect Java application along with the database. For that purpose, how to write the program. Okay, so in this session it includes the first part, what is meant by the JDBC API, what are the functions of JDBC API, second one, what are the two types of models, again next one, how JDBC architecture works, and most important concept, that is how to make connection between Java application along with your database servers. Okay, so shall we start? So our first slides provide the information about what is meant by the JDBC API. As I have told earlier, that is the API is nothing but the application programming interface. It consists of different classes, different methods, different interfaces which are used to develop the application. Okay, so what is meant by the JDBC? When Java application connect with the database, it uses different common API, then that concept is called as a JDBC. So here most important diagram which provide the information about the how actually we perform the connection. So JDBC has three functions. From this diagram we can easily identify that. That is what is the first? It allows you to establish the connection along with the database depending upon the database type. Means only connection established is done, is this essential? Okay, but along with that, what another concept is required? When Java application connect with the database, you require to install the drivers, and these drivers is totally depends upon the database, whether we use MS Access or SQL Server or any Oracle. So depending upon this database type, we have to select the drivers. First, load the drivers. When drivers are loaded successfully, then and then only connection between Java application and database server is done successful. Okay, now what is the function number 2? Is nothing but the after connection done successfully, then what is the role of Java application? It convert the Java statement into the SQL statement. SQL stands for structure query. SQL stands for structure query language. So this is a second function. This is the first function, establish connection. Second function, convert Java application. What it does? It convert Java statement to SQL statement and transform this SQL statement towards the database server. Okay, then what is the role of the database server? It performs the number of actions on SQL statement and generate the result. Result will transfer towards your Java application. That means result will transfer towards your end user. Okay, so these are the most important functions of our JDBC. Okay, so it helps to connect with the database. So for that purpose we require to import the package. That package is called as a java.sql.*; because we perform the connectivity. So our main objective, obviously it is a connectivity. So JDBC API allows you to connect Java application along with the database, but most important concept by using the various drivers and set of API, and these drivers are totally depends upon which factors, depending upon the which kinds of database we are using at a time of development of application. Okay, is that clear? What is the JDBC API? What are the functions of the JDBC? Okay, next move towards the models. Okay, there are the two types of model. Out of this, first one is a two-tier model. So according to their name, two-tier model, it includes the two parts, or we can say it includes the two modules. First module is called as a client layer and second is called as a database layer. That client layer, it also includes the application layer, means what is your front end along with your business logic, that means coding part is totally present on your first module, and the coding related, that is a database, are stored into the database layer. Okay, so advantage of this model, it is very simple to design, but there will be drawback also. It is not flexible. That means if I want to make modification into that the front end, then it affects to the coding, so it becomes the time consuming. Okay, that means when I make a changes on that the front end, that is a designing part, then we are required to again changes into your business logic. Okay, so it is a time consuming, it does not flexible. Again, most important, that is the drawbacks of this, it is not scalable. Why it is not scalable? Because each and every client require its own database session. That means it required to develop the desktop application or that the office application. It is not useful for to develop the websites. Okay, so for website developments we use the another model, that is the three-tier model, and most probably JDBC architecture is totally based on that the another model, that is a three-tier model, that I will explain you here. From this diagram we can easily identify that is why it is called as a three-tier model. Okay, as I said earlier, like the two-tier model, same here three-tier model, it includes the three modules. First one is a client side, second one is your application server, and next one is your data source. Okay, so JDBC architecture is based on this three-tier model, and it is used to develop the which kinds of application? Web application. Okay, I will explain you how it work. Okay, first client, on that client side it includes the HTML, that means all front end of your application stored on which module? Client side, and it can be implemented by using the web browser. Okay, so when client send request, this request will transfer towards the application server. So all the coding is now stored on which part? Application server. In the previous model, what happened? All the business logic, all the front end will be stored onto the two-tier model, but depending here three-tier model, our HTML coding, that is your front end designing part, is separated from your business logic. Okay, what is the role of application server? With the help of JDBC driver, what it performs? It first perform the what? Connection. That means it first establish the connection, loads the driver depending upon your database, and then it helps to convert Java statement to the SQL statement. Okay, after conversion, SQL statement will transfer towards the data source, that means your database server. It perform number of actions and generate the result. Then the result will transfer towards the application server, and this result will transfer towards your client side. Okay, so it has a number of advantages, such as it is a flexible. Why it is a flexible? That means I can or we can make a number of modification in any module, but does not defect into that the other part, that is other. That means if I want to make modification into that the client side, then it does not affect to that the application server. Therefore, it is a flexible, and by using this property, it helps to improve the performance of your system, because of application server is separated from the database server. So these are the main two advantages of the 3-tier model. That is, it is a flexible, that means we can change in any part of that the module without affecting the other part. And next one, what is the second advantage? It is a scalable. Okay, next move towards the another slide, that is, it shows the what is the JDBC architecture. It includes the two types of layer. First one, Java application, and second one is the JDBC driver manager. What is the role of Java application? Java application first uses the JDBC API to interact with the JDBC driver manager. Okay, then what is the role of JDBC driver manager? According to their name, it is simple to define. It is used to manage the driver related information. Again, second role, it is used to load the driver depending upon your database server. That means if I have selected Oracle, then what is the role of JDBC driver manager? It store or manage the information about the drivers related to the Oracle and loads this driver dynamically. Okay, so this is the concept of that the JDBC architecture. Now we will move towards the most important concept, that is how to connect Java application along with our database server. So these are the 7 steps which are required at the time of coding, even at the time of make the connection. Okay, so I have referred here one shortcut which are required for students at the time of oral purpose. Okay, so what is the shortcut? CLDCPC. First C stands for create a DSN, that is a DSN stands for data source name, which are used to store the data. Next one, L stands for load the drivers, which is our first step. Next one, after drivers are loaded successfully, most important concept, define and establish the connection. Next one, create a statement object, execute the query, process your result, and then close the connection. Okay, I will explain you this all 7 steps one by one. So what is the step number 1? That is a create a data source name. Okay, it is used to store the data. These steps I will explain you in a practical session, that is how to create a DSN and how that DSN name will be used within your program, in which location. Okay, so step number 2, that is the most important, that is load the drivers. That means before make any connection along with the database, you require the most important first step to load the driver. So for that purpose we refer this syntax. Okay, class dot for name sun dot jdbc dot odbc dot jdbc odbc driver. Here I am using concept that is a jdbc odbc driver. Again I will use for connection MS Access database. JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity and ODBC stands for Open Database Connectivity. Okay, I will explain you what is the use of this coding. Okay, here for name is a method of class which are used to register the drivers, and second loads the drivers dynamically. Okay, so for name method has mainly two purposes. What is the first purpose? It is used to register the drivers depending upon your database. Here I use the which database? MS Access database. So I will load the drivers for the MS Access database. So first use of for name method, it is used to register the driver, and second use, it is used to load the drivers dynamically. Next, define and establish the connection. So for that purpose we use this syntax, that is the connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Okay, connection is one interface And according to the interface name, we can easily say that connection is one kind of interface. It allows you to make connection between Java application and database. Okay. After that, driver manager is also there. One class. Driver manager is class which are used to manage the information about the driver. Okay. Next one, driver manager is comes along with the get connection method. Okay. So what is the syntax of that, the get connection method? Okay, here the second line provides syntax. Get connection method includes the three argument. First argument is a string URL, second string user ID and string password. Okay, what is the role of the URL? It is URL includes again three parameters, that is a protocol, colon subprotocol, colon DSNM name. Here I am using which protocol? JDBC. Again subprotocol name as a ODBC and here DSNM name. Consider I have created DSN name as a Madhura. Okay. So what it will be, the syntax become connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection JDBC colon ODBC colon, here I have to require which name? DSNM name as a Madhura. Okay, but this syntax is applicable only for that when we use MS Access as a database, because here in get connection method I have passed only one argument, that is a string URL. But if I am using database as a Oracle, then SQL server, so for that purpose Oracle and SQL required their username and password. Okay, so get connection method involves the how many parameters? 3 parameters. That means you have to pass the 3 arguments when we use the database as a Oracle and a SQL server. Okay, is that clear? Okay, let's move towards the next step number 4, that is a create a statement object. What is the role of the statement? Statement is also one kind of interface which is used to execute the query. Which kinds of query it executes? It is execute the SQL or query. Okay, first tell me what is meant by the SQL. SQL stands for structure query language. Okay, so it has mainly two query language, data definition language and data manipulation language. Data definition language, what is the use of data definition language? When we want to create the table, alter the table, drop the table, so for that purpose we use which kinds of language? Data definition language. And if I want to retrieve the data from the table, if I want to insert the data into table, if I want to delete the data, again if I want to update data from the table, so for that purpose another language will use. That language is called as a data manipulation language. Okay, is that clear what is meant by the data definition and then the data manipulation language? So start with the which kinds of methods. So this table give you the information about the which methods are applied for what kinds of SQL language and what will be the data type. Okay, consider if I want to create the table, so I want to here use which method? Execute method. Or if I want to insert, update or delete the data within the table, so for that purpose we require to call which method? Execute method. Okay, after insertion if I want to retrieve the all data from the table, here we use which method? Execute query. Okay, let's move how it should be written as a. Consider if I want to create the table, then syntax will be done, that is a boolean. Why? Because data type here as a boolean. Then result consider as a one variable is equal to st dot execute. Why execute? Because for creation of table we require to call which method? Execute method. So st dot execute and write the SQL query which are required for creation of table. Consider here I want to create a table as a student and I am passing two column, that is the ID along with that the name. So I will write here as a create table name as a student, and I am passing two attribute, that is first attribute as a student ID and then student name. Okay, after successful creation of this table, if I want to insert the data into student table, so I have to call which method? Execute update. So how to write here? Again, execute update. What is the data type here? Integer. So here I will define variable as a I, it is integer. Variable r is equal to st dot execute update. So for insertion, we write a query as a insert into, what is our table name? Student. So insert into student values. First is the ID, so I have refer here ID as a 1 and name of that particular student as a Madhura. Same, I want to provide the second entry, int r is equal to st dot execute update insert into student values, that is 2 comma Mihir. Is that clear? How to create a table, how to insert a value into that the table. Now if I want to retrieve these two value from that the table student, so how to retrieve? Which method we require to call? Execute query, and it's stored in which data type? Result set. So result set is one of the interface which are used to store the all data present into the table. Here the object of that the result set, that is rs, is equal to st dot execute query. If I want to retrieve the data, the SQL query will be select star from student. Star means it will retrieve the all information from the student table. Okay, so is that clear? How to create the statement object? The use of statement object will be, it is used to execute the SQL query. Then it may be data definition or the data manipulation language. And the next step will be, that is execute the query. Execute query, that means if I want to retrieve the all data from database, then I have to pass st dot execute query method, and all this data will be stored into the which interface? Result set interface that I have explained earlier. Okay, same as it is. That is the use of this step number 5. Next, move towards the step number 6. Then how process will be performed on the database server. Okay, the step number 6 and step number 7 is most important. That is, now we already retrieve the all data and store into the which interface? Result set interface. That is, it's stored into the result set object. So result set object consists different methods which are used to interact with the database. Out of this, first method is a text method which are used to proceed throughout the result set. That means it allows you to move on the result set object to read the data. Okay, after that, get XXX method, it is used to read the value from particular column of current row. That means XXX is nothing but XXX, we have to pass here data type, and this method you have to pass the column number. Let's see how the syntax will be right. Okay, here result set, here I have created object of the result set interface rs is equal to, if there is a result set, then which method required to call? Execute query. So st dot execute query select star from student. That means all the data from student table now it is stored on the rs, that is the result set object. Okay, so now I want to pass through that the rs object. So here I am using which method? Next method. So while rs dot next, we require to print what the data which is present into the student table. So it helps to display this all data on your command prompt at the time of running. Okay, so it will helps to display this a system.out.println. First one, I have to display the ID of all students. So ID is equal to plus rs.get ID, I have mentioned here integer. So here int, and ID is your first column of your table. So I have mentioned here column number as a 1. Even next one, system.out.println, I want to display the name of the student, and name is the second column of your student table. So plus rs dot get string, because I have declared here name as a string. Here id is declared as a number, so here I have declared integer as a int. If I have taken as a id as a varchar, then you can write here how id is equal to plus rs dot get string. Okay, so after completion of this coding, what output will be we achieve? View all the data which is present into that the student table, it helps to display. And then step number 7, after completion of this program, you remember to close the connection. So con is the object of connection interface, so con dot close. So this line will helps you to make close the connection. Okay, so these are the 7 steps which are required at a time of coding. Most important 7 steps which are essential to make the connection between your Java application along with your database server, depending upon your database. Okay, let's move towards the some basic program, how to write the basic program, and depending upon your requirements you can make the modification. Okay, this program give the information about the how to write the program. Okay, how to execute or how to write the syntax of that the 7 steps in your program line. Okay, this program is totally for that the first one, load the drivers, connection establishment and table creation. Okay, so this is the connectivity, so we require to import the package. So for make connection, which package? Import java.sql. Consider here I have write the program name as a demo, that is a class along with your class name. Here I have done class, again with that class name I have provided here as a demo1. Open curly bracket say public static void main string args, it is your main function of your program. Then here again I am using the try catch block, which are useful for to handle the runtime errors. Okay, so what will be the first step? If I want to make the connection between the Java application and the database, what is the first step? Register the drivers and loads the driver. Is that right? No. First you have to create a DSNN, that is the data source name. Okay, which will be practical purpose. And then after completion of the DSNN, at the time of coding, you should write with the step number 2, that is define and loads your drivers with the help of class.forName method, which I already explained you. Okay, what is the role of forName method? Again I will explain more time. Role of the forName method will be, it is used to, okay, first register the drivers and second one the loads the driver. Okay, if the drivers are loaded successfully, then and then only you get a result such as the drivers are loaded properly. Okay, if the drivers are loaded properly, then start to make the connection with the help of the connection interface. So connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Here I am using database as a MS Access, so get connection method, it includes the only one argument. If I am using the Oracle, then here I require to pass 3 argument, that is first this is a URL, comma ID, comma password of your Oracle database. Okay, for the MS Access, here JDBC colon ODBC colon Madhura. Here Madhura is what? It is a data source name. Okay, if this connection done properly, then you will get result on your command prompt, that is a connection established. Otherwise you will get the error message, it is a SQL connection error, that is the control will move directly towards the catch block. Next one, after completion of that the second step, that is the define and establishment of connection, let's move towards the step number 3, that is the creation of the statement object. Okay, what is our aim? We require to create here as a table student. So for execution of that the SQL query, we require to first create a statement object by using this line. That is a statement st is equal to con.create statement. So here st.execute. Why this execute method? Because I want to create a table. If I want to retrieve the data, the method will be changed as a st.execute query. If I want to insert the data or update the data, this method will be changed as a st.execute update. Now what is our target? We just want to create the table, so use method as a st.execute. So create table name I have mentioned here as a student, and I have taken the two attributes for the student table, id and then the varchar. Both are mentioned as a, I am mentioned here as a varchar. Okay, so if I want to check whether it is table created or not, so here I have mentioned again from that is a printout line system.out.println, that is the table is created successfully. Then and then only this line will be appear on your command prompt. Okay, after completion of these steps, we have to go towards last step, that is our target is complete. What is our target? Just development of the table, that is create table complete. Then don't remember to close the connection with the help of con, that is con is the object of which class? That is your connection interface. Okay, then catch block, that is a SQL exception E, which helps to handle the errors at the runtime. So this is a basic program, that is how to write the database connectivity program when we use that is a JDBC API concept. So depending upon the requirements, you have to add one by one line afterwards. Here if I want to insert the data, then you write such as a st execute update. If I want to retrieve the data, st execute query, the program will be changed. So for this program, basic program, this will be the output. That is, if you executed it properly, then you get these three lines. That is the first and most important step, that is drivers are loaded properly. If drivers are loaded, then and then only you will get the output as a connection established and table is created successfully. Okay, so I think you will get the idea about how to develop the basic program. So this is our theoretical session, how to create a DSN, how to write the program in Notepad, again how to execute this on your this command prompt. I will explain you in our practical session, which will helps you to provide the brief information. Okay, and what kinds of errors will be faced occur during at the time of programming. Oh, these drivers are not loaded, so what we require to perform. Okay, so this is session that is about the JDBC. I think you will get the full idea about the what is JDBC, what is API, how to connect JDBC, that is how to connect Java application along with your database servers. Okay, with the help of drivers, because drivers is totally depends upon the which factors? JDBC or database X server. Okay, thank you. We will see this practical session on the practical session video. Okay, thank you.